Here with Lake Taylor head basketball coach Kenny Brown. His team will win 69-58 over the Landstown Eagles in the Greyhound Tip-Off Classic. Coach, just saw you last night. You beat Maury, back-to-back quality wins. You had to be pleased with. You weathered the storm early and then had a great second-half surge.
Yes, I thought it would take a little while for the guys to kind of like get their legs under them. That's why we didn't call a lot of timeouts. You know, Landstown came out with a pretty good plan with putting ball pressure full court on Seaburn and Bryant. So in the second half, we kind of took them off the ball and let McNair bring it up. We brought Ward in to bring it up, and I think that saved their legs for the second half, and that's when we started really getting to the basket.
You and Landstown are both, I would fair to say, defensive-minded teams.
Yes.
So if I told you you'd get 22 points from Tyquan McNair and Kayshawn Ward in a game like this, you had to be thrilled with that to get other guys besides your big three of Joe, Darion, and Jalen to score.
Excellent, and that's what we was focused on. You know, we know those three guys can really score, but to get 22 points and 5 assists out of those guys and good ball handling, that's going to help us down the road with other guys being able to be a key part of the offense.
With this Landstown team, I don't know if you had seen much of them coming in. What was sort of the idea and what you want to do strategy-wise with some of the things they do well to try to negate it?
Well, what they did well was full court pressure.
Okay.
So the adjustment that we made was we took Bryant and Seaburn off the ball. So if they want to continue to trap, then we got Bryant and Seaburn got one-on-ones. So I think once we did that, he kind of backed off, and we were able to get to the basket.
Well, the sign of good players, to me, becoming great players, you tell me if I'm wrong, is when you can do other things besides score. And Joe and Darion did it today with 15 rebounds apiece. They hit the offensive glass hard today.
Yes, they did. They knew that it was going to be a little struggle trying to score off the dribble. But like you said, I mean, good players did other things, and to combine for 30, two double-doubles with 30 rebounds is I mean, that's a great testament.
Joe went over 1,000 points in his career at Lake Taylor. We've spoken this summer about what he's meant to your program. You guys won a region title a couple of years ago, and him being a 4-year player in the program. Just a little more to the folks out there what he's meant to you guys at Lake Taylor and his impact on the program.
Well, he's the epitome of a team player. And, you know, his dad took him out with individual trainers. You know, we had to knock some weight off. He's still dealing with a little bit of tendinitis. I mean, but to put those numbers up with that, I mean, he really put in the work. And to have a 4-year kid is excellent, you know, especially when you got so many people transferring. He stayed committed, and that was excellent.
Two more for you. Thank you for your time. We were talking about this on the radio this morning that, you know, there's a lot of good players in the area, but you might have a 1A, 1B for a Tidewater, or dare we say a state player of the year candidate with Sebron and Bryant. Do they speak about that much at all, or is it all about the ring for them?
It's all about the ring, you know, to get there. And they are so unselfish. They are so unselfish, and they never talk about how many points they scored. You know, that's the great thing about it. And they share the ball with young guys.
Well, it's funny because last night after the game, they wanted to know how many assists they had. That was one of the things they checked on the stat sheet. So it's about getting guys around them better.
Exactly. And I mean, these guys love each other so much that, you know, Darion and Joe is not going to always take shots, but to distribute the ball, that's what they love to do. They like to see other guys happy, and that's a sign of a good team when you got two, including JJ3, you got elite players that can score a lot of points, but we don't force shots.
And lastly, you play these two tough games back-to-back. What's next for Lake Taylor? I know you got around the corner, besides some district games, you got a holiday tournament you'll go into out of town, right?
Yes, we definitely won't look past Bethel on the 27th at the Allen Iverson Classic. And then we go into Salisbury with two pretty good teams. But right now, we're looking at rest. You know, we played two pretty good teams last night. Those guys' legs are heavy. I think, you know, they'll have Sunday off. And we'll go real light with some shots, free throws Monday, and then we'll take them out to eat.
Enjoy the holiday break.
Thank you, sir.